What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys today with a retro Harpy deck profile. For looking back at the retro deck profiles, of course, I didn't want to leave you guys without this one. Mm-mm-mm. No, we got Harpies. We got to do some Harpy deck profiles for the retro deck profile. Because, of course, it's going to be Harpy Player Joe if I didn't. Now, let me tell you guys what's been going on with my lovely lady. So, this is the Harpy deck I used for the Invasion of Vengeance sneak peek back in 2016. Yeah, that far back. And I am very proud of myself because I top eight. I lost to ABC, which was the hot deck at the time. Like I said, I'm very proud of myself because I think I do exceptionally well. From what I remember from hearing from the video, I was playing at Games of Berkeley, which was doing Yu-Gi-Oh at a time, and of course, as many of you who lived in the North Cal know, Games of Berkeley stopped doing Yu-Gi-Oh because a lot of shops at the time started doing Yu-Gi-Oh as well, for the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh generates a lot of ratchet. So yeah, unfortunately, those things did happen, but they still sell Yu-Gi-Oh product if that's what you need. But yeah, this is the deck that I topped eight with. I got seventh place from the standings, and I did a pretty decent job. I have to say, I enjoy playing Harpies, and this is probably one of the highlights of it as well. So, with that said, I'm already a minute, almost 2 minutes in. Let's get into this deck profile, shall we? So, we're gonna start off with our monster lineup and our Oh, also, I hope you guys like the browser edition as well because I added that. So it'll probably make it a lot easier for you guys because you know I'm actually talking, or you can actually see me talk. So starting off are triple copies of my girl Harpy Channeler, triple copies of Harpy Dancer, triple copies of Harpy Queen, then triple copies of Harpy Harpist, triple copies of Harpy Lady One, two Max C, and one Zephyros the Elite. That is it for the monsters. 18 total. Then we're going to move on into the spell, which are triple Hysteric Sign, triple Harpy's Hunting Ground, one Alien Egotist, one Divine Wind in this Valley, one Raigeki, and one Instant Fusion. All right. Then move on from that. We're going to go into our top card. Triple Hysteric Party, double Anti-Spell Fragrance, double Breakthrough Skill, Treacherous Trap Hole, Time Space Trap Hole, Bottomless Trap Hole, and then one Vanity's Emptiness and one Solemn Warning. Oh, actually, let me move this up a bit because that's probably. Let me place these a little better now. All right, now we're going to move on from there, and we're going to go into my extra deck. My extra deck consists of triple Lightning Chidori, one Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, one Castel, one Ice Speak Zero Fine, one Abyss Dweller, one Geyser Cowboy, one with Traptrix for Fleisha, one Dagastell Emerald, one Koragorgon, the Anti-Luminescent Knight, one Heartland Draco, one Honor Arc, one Giant Hand, and one Elder Entity. So yeah, that is all of my main and my extra deck. So my side deck, from what I have seen, was double Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit, double Effect Player, double MST. There was a Dark Hole, um, Mirror Force, Deep Prison, and Imperial Iron Wall. Contradictions to itself, yes, I know, but yeah, that was my side deck. I was gonna try to make the side deck, and I was just like, oh, good because you want to focus on the main deck. You don't want to leave people with too many vanities of its own. Vanities. So why don't we go ahead and we look at everything? So starting off with my monster lineup were my girls: Harpy Chandler, Harpy Dancer, Harpy Queen, Harpy Harpist, Harpy Lady One, um, what was it, Maxie, and um, Zephyros the Elite. So starting off, these were the five Harpies that were most commonly ran. Because why? The Harpy lineup at that time had not only got its increase thanks to our girl um, Harpy Harpist being added into the game. Then the fact that that was now one, two, three, four, five possible night no one, two, three, 15 possible Harpy monsters you could potentially play in the deck because there are Harpy Lady Ramen still in the graveyard, with your Harpy ladies being in the deck who are always shared as Harpy ladies. Then on top of that, you had all your different and multiple combos you can easily do. Harpy Chandler picking up any of the Harpies from the deck by discarding Harpy card from your hand. Harpy Dancer bouncing back your wind monsters to give you additional normal summon of a wind monster that turn. Harpy Queen discarding herself from your hand to add Harpy something ground from your deck to your hand. Harpy Harpist, who was basically just used as fodder for a lot of discard, so you could search your deck at the end phase for Harpy Channeler or Harpy Dancer. Harpy Lady 1, who was our elegant egotist target, because I wasn't running Harpy Lady Sisters at the time, because of course the current cards right now in the game were not out yet. Max C, of course, we needed a hand trap, and Max C was definitely our boy, our MVP. Um, Although I was running Valor and Ghost Ogres in the side deck, there was a lot of things that like I said in that video, was faith was one thing that I always have to worry about with playing this deck because at a point in time, Harpies have an issue where, yes, we don't have a really good, we don't tend to have a lot of room for a lot of things that we would like. So we do have to cut things out. Some people learned that playing Small World is, yeah, that was a thing. I think for the most part, that was just a good inclusion there. And in the ones that Pro C Elite, I know it sounds very random. That could have just been a third Max C, but I think Max C was at two at the time. Is that Feroz has been a very useful monster for the Harpy. Till we got Perfumer and Oracle and stuff. Zephyros is basically bounce back a card on your field, press something itself, take 100 points of damage. That's fine. You can only use the effect once per duel, but with how the Harpies were generated and how I'm running a Divine Wind in this valley, I don't think there was too many problems. It was easy access to helping with the rank 4 engine because, as you can tell, I wasn't running any rank 7s. I was running rank 4s like crazy, and I was using all the good ones. Dancer and Chandler were my MVPs because Chandler, of course, summoned all these Harpies forward, and Dancer was bouncing all over from the hand back to the field to start popping back row like crazy. There was even one duel that I mentioned in the original video where I had a Cora Gorgon, an anti-spell fragrance, a Harpy Dancer, and Harpy Dancer was just helping me pop back row because Pendulum was a very big thing at that point. Pendulum wasn't as big as it had gotten later on, so luckily I was able to get that pop. But no, I made sure that my deck was very anti-pendulum because Pepe was just starting to get its go. So I definitely wanted to deal with Pepe as soon as I possibly. And I did face one Pepe deck who had to deal with the Wrath of the Harpies and the anti-spell fragment. But yeah, was there any changes that I would have done to this deck in terms of its monster lineup? No, I think it's perfectly fine. Really good. All right, we're gonna move on from the monsters and let's go on into the. Hold on one second. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go on into the spell. So the spell lineup was very small, as you can see, but it was very detrimental to a lot of the gameplay. So I could easily swap in like MSTs and stuff if my opponent wanted to do anti back row hate or anti Harpy, which wasn't very much. But Hysteric Sign, Harpy's Hunting Ground, elegantly gets his Divine Wind of the Mist Valley, Raigeki, and Instant Fusion. While Instant Fusion was at one, of course, the biggest target that you had for Instant Fusion was oh boy Norton, who was basically just a free exceed summon. It played a good part of being just to pick up the extra deck as soon as you pick up another monster from the grave as soon as possible, so you can do some of your combos there. Raigeki was a board clearer while Dark Hole was in the side deck for the backup. Divine with a Myth Valley and no terraforming in sight. I don't know how I pulled it off. I really don't. But I definitely would have put in my terraforming. I probably would have also put in another um was it elegant egotist just so I could speed up the process of having more harpies on the board. Harpy's Hunting Ground was an MVP, destroying spells and traps like crazy with Harpy Dancer. And of course, the infamous hysteric sign, being able to add elegant egotist from your deck or graveyard to your hand, and then being able to pop it or send it from your hand to the grave, then from field or hand to grave to be able to add your three Harpy cards to your hand. Remember, this was pre Feather Storm. So you're basically just picking them off. You weren't picking up too much. Well, hunting ground, but you were still not really picking up too many things at the because a lot of cards. What was it? Duster was still banned in TTG. Um, hunting ground was probably one of your bigger choices for the spells. They didn't have any trap cards that had Harpy in its name. Featherstorm. And Elegant Egotist was already being picked up on the activation effect. So you're really too much scramble for. But yeah, that's like the pretty much just the bulk of the spell cards. If there was anything, like I said, I'd put a second ego, I'd put a terraforming assert. Then going into the trap card, we have, of course, Hysteric Party, Breakthrough Skill, Anti Spell Fragrance, the Trap Hole lineup, and then Vanity's Emptiness and Solemn Warning. Um, I I I'm going to be very very honest. Honest. Um, if there was anything I probably dropped, it probably would have been maybe a one party, one warning, which I probably think I did in like side decking, just so that I could play around with a lot of cards. The triple trap hole lineup, right? Treacherous, Time Space, and Bottomless. This is because Rafflesia was an MVP. Rafflesia sitting on her very high defense. Most monsters at that time couldn't get over her, and then just being able to activate your trap hole trap cards to help you survive combos. Treacherous popping cards, time space sending cards back to the extra deck. I think I paid 1,000 for each one I returned. Fine, because it didn't really matter. If my opponent was such something for the hand or the extra deck, I was making sure those monsters went back without any without any drawbacks. And bottom was just to be haha, no monster, no monster. Bye bye. Emptiness, of course, as we all know, was I think Emptiness was at one at that point, but Emptiness was being so abused that of course we know it fate later on. Um, was Scolding out? Scolding was probably out, but I think Scolding was probably like not as cheap as Warning and Judgment. But Judgment was still banned. I think Judgment came back at the next list. And then we had the Solemn Brigade all over again, which was Judgment, Warning, and Strike. So yeah, that was the thing. Anti-spell fragrance and Hysteric Party were putting in the work. Anti-spell against the pendulum, Hysteric Party for the combo game. There was one game where I baited my opponent to blow up my breakthrough skill, only to flip a hysteric party. And then there was another game where I flipped hysteric party. It got warninged, and then I flipped the second hysteric party just because I ran the three. That's why I tell a lot of people running multiple hysteric parties can be very beneficial for the Harpy archetype. Even now at this point, I mean, I know trap cards are not as viable as they used to be. We know hand trap variations of trap cards are more prevalent. But I just, hey, if I can get the party going, I'm getting the party going. Breakthrough skill was not too bad of a card. I don't know. I might have took out breakthrough skill just to add the other spell. But breakthrough skill can negate monster effects. Skill prisoner is an option as well. I don't know if I played skill. Probably skill prisoner. But yeah, those are just options of things, and this is just the lineup of the traps that I had. Moving on from there, now we can go on into the extra deck. So the one possible card that I would add to my extra deck was Excite Night. The reason I didn't have an Excite Night then was because money was scarce. Money's always scarce. So that's why there was no Korogor again. No, I mean not Corey Gordon. No, Exciton Knight. But everybody else in the extra deck played an amazing part to my top eight, which I am very grateful for. Chidori for the removals of set cards, face up cards, getting rid of those problematic monsters were just fantastic. Winning me some games was my Harpie Pet Phantasmal Dragon off of Hysteric Party, and just the overwhelming masses of Harpy Pet Phantasmal Dragon doing its thing. Clearing out the board next to Chidori was, of course, Castell, the Queen of Ice, Icy Zero Fine, negating my opponent's cards on the board, making herself one giant beastic. Funny enough, there was a game where these two became MVP. My opponent had to pick. Do you want to deal with the Zero Fine or do you want to deal with the Phantasmal Dragon? He chose to negate the Zero Fine, and then I summoned the Phantasmal Dragon. So yeah, that actually got me into the top eight. That was how I got in top eight because I beat an ABC deck that did not destroy the zero. That if it didn't destroy the Zero Fine, she was going to negate. If you didn't, and then you had to deal with the Phantasmal Dragon who came after. And I was like, yeah, I do have game. I have game two ways. Either I beat up your dragon or I swing at you directly. And my opponent had to choose one of, had to choose, pick your poison. You want to deal with Harpy Phantasmal Dragon or do you want to deal with IC Zero? And he couldn't deal with Zero Fine at that point because she'd already, there was already enough damage that had been done. You were under a tight spell, your field spell was gone, most of your material for your ABC Dragon Buster had already been removed or negated and dealt with. So there really wasn't much you can easily do. Um, Also, I want to just point out the fact that that was a tournament where my friends, who were quote supposed to be my friends, were sitting there trying to help my opponent. Yeah, fuck you guys. That's why I won anyway. You guys were sitting there sulking because you didn't make it in the top eight. Ah, anyway, um, Dweller was a good card because it stopped graveyard effects. Cowboy for the 800 burn. Rafflesia, MVP number one because girlfriend was just sitting there in defense mode, sending treasures to the graves and bottomless to the graves, sending time saves travel to the grave. Other MVP was Corrigan, the anti-luminescent knight, because redirecting cards was crazy, negating them and making my opponent look really foolish to try and deal with things that they could not. Dagatha Emerald loved him, but I don't know. Emerald probably would have had to come out the extra. Like, that probably would have been a replacement for First Sight on Night if I had it. Because I think, honestly, the massive removal over the pot of adverse situation. Yeah. I don't know. It's very weird. My deck was very weird. I could have just stayed out of Chidori and then I would have just played Excite Hunt. I think that probably would have been a better choice. Heartland Draco for direct damage and swinging at stuff. He can't be swung at because Hysteric Sign or Hysteric Party or even Harpy's Hunting Ground. I don't know if I already made my Honor Arc on my Giant hand. Probably maybe once or twice just to help me out. But they were there. They were affordable. Put them in that extra deck. And then Norton, like I said, was just a way to get more monsters on the field, exceed, and just get happy. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. For this video. And like I said, that was probably one of my highlights of 2016 was just top 80. And I believe that's how I got my mat. No, I won my mat through the raffle. Aha. Yeah, I won my mat through the raffle. And then I went and then played in top 8 and then got. I don't think I did because I didn't top 2. I didn't get like top 4 or whatever, but I top 8 and I was very happy and I was very proud of myself. And people were upset and sulking. So, not my problem, personal problem. What is it that they say nowadays? Um, Not set that game, but level up. You know, you know, get your game on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry if like everything's a little buggy. It shouldn't be. I don't know why it is, but maybe the focus is just off. But if you guys enjoyed this retro deck profile, let me know in the comment section below. Let me know what. I have a poll going on right now for some more retro deck profiles that'll be showing up. Was it Shadal, Blackwing, Sky Striker, and Madolche? Currently, right now, Blackwing and Shadal are tied at 40% apiece. Then then it's Sky Striker and then Madolche. Um, Sadly enough, is has no votes. But yeah, they're there. So if you guys want to see which one will be the next retro. Definitely, go to the poll and hit that and hit those and pick your the choice. Now, with that said, and that makes everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and I enjoy your support so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel as it helps me out tremendously. You hit the notification bell to be informed of when I upload more content to the channel. Social media links are in the description box below, and I hope you guys do enjoy the icon being, you know, seen there, so you guys can see, you know, well, it's as close to a VTuber as I'm getting because I'm not doing VTuber shit. But I hope you guys do enjoy it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.